Temple, let's do our best. Smile.
And looking around and does spot the temple for both runners. HB maybe a little bit ahead here, but I mean, it's really micro at this point to compare anything.
Yeah, just a little bit micro. And maybe what we'd expect from NHB here. I like that we have trees on this seed, but gravel could be a problem. I saw a water pool. I'm pretty sure I saw the lava pool. So the main question is going to be, are we going for a woodlight? Are we looking for flint anymore? I know Feinberg is a fan of doing the higher TNT setup. Unfortunately, it doesn't pay off. No hidden gravel anywhere.
What an ugly ass
There is an
temple for
ocean
me.
in the distance, but it's probably too far. I think both players are probably just going to be playing a woodlight here.
Yeah, we'll have to see if this ends up
I'm never so
mattering.
lucky, though.
If the woodlight ends up... We've seen a lot of woodlights affect
no.
a lot of these runs. But, it looks like NHB maybe is going to go for the gravel here. Is Feinberg going to do the same thing?
It's like a second lava pool out of the way, so Feinberg didn't see that. Then this is going to be a significant advantage for NHB. He does see the fire, so actually both players are probably going to be doing the same thing, getting their flint from that ocean, not too far away to play.
I mean, I feel like NHB is just playing really well
there's
here.
gravel there.
Just seems to have gotten that gravel ahead of Feinberg and now maybe able to take a lead. But Feinberg actually not going into the ocean, finds a little bit of gravel here on the edge of the beach, now able to use that. And honestly, I think both runners very, very close to one another here. Entering the nether, it looks like NHB just with a little bit of a lead here as we enter the nether. Let's see what the nether has to offer for us, as Feinberg is completing the portal just a few seconds behind NHB.
Yeah, I mean, clean gameplay from both runners. Love to see it. Looks like... I can't tell what kind of bastion this is. Maybe housing? Well, we'll have to see as they get into it, but it's not far away. We have a decent amount of food. I think we have a golden apple too. No, this is bridge. So this is going to be really nice, especially on seeds where you have the TNT. Usually not going to have to worry about getting more blocks here. We've seen a ton of explosions from both players. NHB maybe having to use some gravel, though. Actually kind of low on the block, so maybe this is favoring Feinberg a little bit on the start of this route. But crafting up our gold helmet, and we have one triple on the right, so we're probably going to be seeing a Sug from both of these players.
And Feinberg...
Oh, a little scary from an HB! Has to
I was
bail.
watching Feinberg. A little scary for
here.
Feinberg, honestly, as well. The Hoglin just offering some issues to these runners as we now see the routes coming out from both. I think the fortress was in the background there as well, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll have to see if that is the case. But in either case, both runners here getting the pigs into the hole. NHP just a few seconds ahead still. As we see, it's a very low food seed here, though, Parker. As we see only 15 run flesh, no gapples, and so if NHB took some damage there, we do have one gapple. We have one gapple here for NHB.
We do have a gapple, so that helps actually a ton here. We have seen on some previous seeds in playoffs, like if you misuse the gapple, if you take some damage in a bastion that you didn't mean to, which I thought NHB was going to, but I think he managed to play it well. And honestly, Nerdy, because it was a Crimson, I don't think that hiccup that NHB had in the bastion was nearly as egregious as it could have been.
True.
But is Feinberg leaving out the back here? Wasn't the fortress in the
So this is not where I
saw?
thought I saw the fortress. So I must have just been mistaken there. I thought we saw the fortress, but it looks like Feinberg is headed sort of towards the chalice, in the direction of the chalice here. And we see NHB heading off to the right more, actually, it seems. Does either runner have like vision on the fortress here?
No,
Yeah,
I don't think so, and I'm not sure if we've
falls.
seen a ton of pie charting from either
This
player as
ran off the
well.
fucking bridge.
So maybe this is the defining feature of the seed. Where is our fortress? NHB clearly out faster, which is a little bit surprising to me. I mean, Feinberg does have a pearl hang here. Checking his trades, he's got everything. Not a crazy amount of pearls, but should be enough to complete the seed. But like, where's the fortress, Nerdy? Is
that the fortress there for Find? I think that's the fortress there for Find. I think Find does find it.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Find sees it. Yeah, there it is. Okay, I'm like doubting my fortress spotting abilities now. Sometimes it can be very hard to see on the little screens here. But NHB now does find it as well. So Feinberg has caught up some time. It is now in the lead. We'll have to see if he continues that to the blaze spawner on 2 hearts here. So definitely a little bit scary for Feinberg. 1 blaze hit could be enough. or one Wither Skeleton hit
There's
could be
another guy.
enough to take him out, but it looks like he's okay. He's going to be
NHP's on
eating up
half a
here.
heart, though.
NHP on half a heart here,
mean-
so really anything at all could kill him here. If one Blaze Spawn, anything like that, could
Yeah.
be... all she
You get
wrote, but
10
looks like-
seconds before the next Blaze Spawn cycle generates, so you want to get your TNT off before that potential to happen, and it looks like he's done it. Feinberg loved this, using buttons to detonate his TNT. There are zombie piglins next to him. You do not want to aggro those. But it looks like he's going for some strays here. I'm not sure how much I like this play. I mean, it's more time that you
It's
can
an
use to
interesting
heal up. I guess it's 3 strays. But it's just so far away from the spawner. I'm curious why he'd be making this decision here. You know, typically we see runners pre-craft at the spawner. Like NHB, he's pre-crafted. Messes up a little bit with his bow die, though. Measuring, let's see how far it is. 700, 1,500 blocks away. So that's going to be about 200 blocks in the nether. Has a lot of gold picks. This is looking pretty good for NHB. We're only down to 3 rotten flesh, so we can't heal up, honestly, a ton more. So that might come into play, as we're going to have to chuck a good 3, 4, maybe 5 pearls to get to quartz here. And he's taking some
And
damage here.
Feinberg-
He's on 2 hearts.
Ooh,
Can't
yeah,
even throw a
definitely some scary
single
stuff.
pearl. And this is good
More
for Feinberg.
spawns here. Yep. Feinberg here
he's gonna
trying
be able to travel to
kill
second quarters
these
a lot faster.
blazes. And looks like we do see NHB handling the blaze as well, but I mean, it's just so scary. There's so many guys around him, and like, there's another blaze right in front of him. On 3 hearts now. Feinberg is on 5.5 with 4 rods. So this blaze spawner has proven to be quite awkward for both runners on the low food, but they are both staying alive and doing a good job handling it. Feinberg still yet to blind here, so gonna blind now, get that measurement off. We see NHB making sure the inventory is good to go. No food left though, as you mentioned there, Parker. NHB just has to deal with the 5.5 hearts for the end of this
Like, whatever.
nether split. Feinberg gets the measurement off. Now on
Oh, NHB
7 eyes,
gets
I
3
believe.
strays here.
Ooh,
4 strays.
Interesting.
There's one behind him as well. So depending on the rates here, I don't think we have great rates. So this is just going to be weird for NHB. If NHB takes another hit from a blaze, it's going to be really bad because he has a pearl hang. That's another 2.5 hearts down. He can't be taking more damage, and he's
Could send
still
one
not
out.
out really. This is punishing. I guess he could. Doesn't want to
You
though.
see,
I think it
both
makes sense. I don't
runners-
think Feinberg
Oh,
would
look at
ever
this.
send a
NHB
Y.
is ahead at this point, and now is going to get these blazes and should be also on. Let's see. I think this blaze might be different though. Is that blaze different? That blaze is yeah. Okay, cool. So that blaze did drop a rod that time, and so that spawn cycle was. Oh, NHB didn't have
He
fire
ran
res. He's
out
dead.
of fire res. I mean, it was such a bad position anyways. He was on half a heart, like bridging over lava. It's just so awkward. I think Feinberg has managed his health way better than NHB here in this seed. And he's going to be entering the stronghold. NHB just has to fully reset the seed. And so unless we have a disaster like the Silver Infume run, even if we have that level of disaster, I still don't think it'd be enough time for NHB to catch up. But if Feinberg dies and does something really awkward, it could be bad here too. You know, he's only on 2.5 hearts. I think this is the portal room.
Is into.
So he's going to be
Yep, he's
entering
into
the stronghold here. Or end here. And this should just be a Feinberg
And-
win. He has plenty of explosives.
Yeah,
Still has enough pearls to hit basically any zero. It is overhang, so a little bit awkward. Is it front dragon? Is it back dragon? It's front, so this is just an even better situation here. We're at Y94. This is an easy zero. Feinberg should be walking away with the first match here.
Should be 1-0 Feinberg, as long as he does not choke this 0. Looking great so far. And it's the 3+2.
There we go.
Or I guess 3+3 if you want to count the last cosmetic bed there. Good stuff from Feinberg, getting a sub 10. And yeah, it's hard to say how much the death ended up mattering for NHB. Like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously,
Die or something.
I mean, I feel like Feinberg played the end game very cleanly, but at the same time, NHB was looking good. So definitely unfortunate for NHB. An unfortunate start.
Fire res.
This
Fuck, my
season.
my leaving the Bastion was so bad.
I
He was
totally
traveling
agree.
to
Love
Cords
the
though.
goldfishing,
Yeah, but he was traveling to Cords really
mindset, you know,
really
especially on
slowly.
these seeds where
And Feinberg had enough health
you know,
to
you're
pearl.
not even getting out.
It's crazy I was ahead into the fort. Did he just go right or something, or had no pigs? Like, I wonder what happened. Because you saw I was looking so long. Like, I was trying to figure out, like...
Feinberg got to the fort 17 seconds faster when he made such a massive mistake. Well, yeah, NHB just couldn't find the fort.
I was like, I figured it was left because I was trying to force the looking to the right so hard. So I was trying to push left, but that fucking pearl I threw, like, I hit my head or
there's
something.
a reason for a pro player to not Pydar or not Glodar. Because you can overlap it. He did. Okay, he just fucked it up, I guess. He did, but I think the fort was diagonal. Understood. Understood, no fear. Fort was a weird direction. Dude, you're in the fucking tournament. Stop talking to me. Stop talking to me, bro. You're in the event.
That would be beautiful. You know, we could see some really fast seeds. Have we seen the looting 3 that you've been predicting yet, Nerdy? Is this it? Is this the looting 3?
Well, I said,
It's the second
I'm gonna say
weekend.
final day. That's my
Final
that's my
day.
prediction.
Oh,
We'll see.
jeez.
Ew. Fuck.
So you want cinema on cinema. Well, we're about to see what kind of loot we're
Gas
dealing with here.
completion.
Probably not going to be able to make an iron pick. I mean, that's a lot of nuggets, though.
It might be a sword. There's
No,
some
we
sword
will
here.
be able
Let's-
to make an iron pick and a bucket. We have a fire
Beautiful.
charge. I think this is 6 ingots
Can't raise a
worth.
cow.
Not quite 7. 1 short of 7, actually. And did we see the enchantment on the sword? What's the sword enchanted?
I didn't see it either. I think both runners just broke the. I mean, they're both keeping it, which is kind of interesting. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. But also notably, both
Curse of
runners with
Vanishing.
2. Curse of Vanishing. That's too bad. I got optimistic there for a second. Both runners there as well with 2 gapples, which is good from the healing perspective, but it is not from the saturation perspective. And so
Exactly.
we'll have to see how the runners handle this seed. And if that influences anything, both with a sub-1 Nether Enter here now can be looking for the Bastion as we see NHB does get out of this little cave a little bit ahead of Feinberg here. So taking another
Big bow
lead
clutch.
against Fine. Nice bow clutch there from NHB
I
as
just have to go...
we now are trying to
I mean,
wrap around
oh my
this
goodness.
lane.
This is not looking good for Feinberg here. Gonna have to eat a
Feinberg taking some
gapple.
damage. I didn't see
Ran
that.
into some lava on the way down, like it was generating. A little bit unfortunate. But NHB looking really good here. Had a much better completion getting into the Nether, and the food situation is also just looking a lot better. If you're Feinberg here, do you ever debate getting another Hoglin?
Yeah. No, I
Like
think
for
that's not a bad idea at
food?
all.
You know, the saturation is going to be kind of low here. Typically, you want to
Look at
match the
this terrain,
saturation of the
Parker.
food with the out that you're down. Sorry, it's not.
No,
that
it's okay. I sort of interrupted you there. I will say, first things first, Feinberg having to eat the second Gapple, so that's unfortunate. But then also, I mean, this terrain is just horrendous to this Bastion. We do see, it looks like to be a housing, but I mean, it's just horrible for both runners.
This
Feinberg
is
having
so
to
embarrassing.
diagonal bridge while under a block, now finally able to stand up straight. We do see NHB taking some pretty different terrain here, though, into this housing, and so that is going to allow we're going to see probably some different routes here. Feinberg in the lower section of the housing, whereas we see NHB up top going to be doing a top-down setup here. So totally different Bastion routes from the 2 runners, just approach the terrain entirely differently, and so we'll have to see if that ends up affecting the route. Feinberg taking 5 hearts of damage, though.
NHB too, though. Look at it.
NHB half a heart.
Can't even take full damage. He has the 2 golden
See it
apples,
again.
though.
Yeah.
So he's going to be. I mean, he eats both of them immediately, which I'm not sure if that's the correct play. You're optimizing for saturation there. That's really good regen. But the golden apples do just give you the regen effect, so I'm not sure. Either way, the food situation, I mean, still bad for Feinberg. I mean, taking lava damage in the Nether is just so bad. You take extra ticks as opposed to like when you're in the overworld. It's just very punishing. And even though this is a relatively fast seed, a ruined portal into a housing, it's still going to be really awkward, and you're going to have to think about, where do I hunger reset? How do I get my health back if you're in Feinberg's position? Maybe not NHP. He might have enough.
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough, but like both runners taking a lot of damage here.
really
Feinberg
fucking
taking
annoying.
more damage, in fact. And now we'll have to see these runners looking for the fort. Looks like that is the fortress leg, I believe, there for NHB, and so gets a pearl hang off in the right direction. But yeah, both runners no food at this point. Luckily for NHB, does have 12 hearts with the absorption hearts. Feinberg only on 4.5. So wouldn't be surprised if we see an anchor
That's a direction?
reset from Feinberg soon here.
That is
Again,
not all
this
the
terrain was
trades.
very, very awkward getting to the Bastion, which would, to me, assume that we're probably going to need to pearl out of here. Also, importantly, though, no fire res for Feinberg. What's going on there? NHB has plenty of fire res. I don't know.
I don't know
Maybe
what's
it was
happening
the-
to these trades. I mean,
I just
Feinberg has the
need,
same amount of obsidian, but you're totally right. Has less pearls, has less explosives. No fire
Yeah,
res is
what
really
happened?
punishing Nerdy. You're totally right.
I don't know.
He's going for
Did he not-
backups.
He's
Did he
getting
lose
backup
trades
blocks
somewhere?
here.
Is this hole
He should have no
not sealed
explosives.
correctly? I mean, NHB is
that's
just
what I'm
now
wondering.
at the spawner. And the explosive count is very important
This-
too. We're gonna be
Am I
able to double
stupid?
blaze bed here and not even think about it. Feinberg needs more string from somewhere.
I think he
And
must
he
have like
hasn't
lost some
got one.
trades or something. I don't know. Like I feel like there must be like a little hole somewhere down in the trading pit. And I mean that is unfortunate for Feinberg.
He's
We see the
pre-crafted
Hunger
a
Reset come
shield,
out.
Nerdy, because he
Yeah, I
didn't
mean, I
get
think
any
he's just gonna
fire
go.
res. Like he has to have missed trades from somewhere. He's probably
Yeah,
just
that must
like
be
this
what
is
it
probably
is.
just a pearl hang. It's going into lava, so he needs a
We're gonna
fire
lose a
res.
fire res.
But he probably should get it. He's traded a whole bunch of extras. I mean, he's checking.
There we go. Now we get these. Like,
So
that's
he's
just
up
so
to 8
bizarre to me.
explosives, he
I want to know
has
what
his
happened. Honestly,
Yeah, we
I
might need a
don't know
full
what happened
analysis to explain that.
there. Did he get the
certainly
mid block, like the blocks you get on the way down from the top down? I just assumed he did. Maybe I didn't
I
catch that. I think I was
assume
watching
so.
NHB on half a heart, but I'm wondering if maybe that's what it could have been. I really don't know.
That's a good shout. That's a good shout. I mean, meanwhile,
That's what I
NHB
thought.
is just so far in the lead now. This is looking good for him. Messes up the eye measuring again. I think just something with like the DPI button that he's using. Maybe not
hopefully
used
it
to
doesn't
it, but
have
this is looking to be a close stronghold.
Explosives.
500 blocks away. So NHB isn't going to have to hunger reset anywhere on the seed. Feinberg's already done it, so losing a little bit of time there. And an explosive. And this is just looking so promising for NHB here. Just commandingly in the lead.
Yeah, and so I mean, ultimately, that is going to be a huge difference maker. I mean, not getting the fire res for Feinberg, holding him back a lot on this seed. I'm really curious to watch that one back and see exactly what we missed and what gave NHB the advantage there. Because I honestly, I'm wondering if maybe there were some gold blocks in the top-down chests. Like that's a
Everything
possibility.
That's a
that could be
possibility.
going on for me
I'm
is
just like I'm
fine.
trying to think of what it could have been. It's such a bizarre situation to see as we see Feinberg crafts the explosives while NHB is digging towards quartz. I'm not sure exactly how close we are. I think we're pretty close here, just maybe like 10 blocks away or so for NHB. So should be it's a sizable lead here at this point for NHB with plenty of
Of course,
health
there's
to deal with.
glowstone on the
Honestly,
spawner.
it could be a little awkward if the stronghold is bad. Might have to get a hunger reset before getting into the portal room, but we'll have to see what this stronghold has to offer for us as we build the portal. And Feinberg has just now gotten the measurement.
Reset maybe.
Yeah, not looking good for Feinberg fans. NHB gets a spike to the top left. This looks good, promising. Going through this hidden. And if the portal room isn't down
that
this
it?
staircase or the one to the right, it could be bad. Decides not to commit to it. Maybe hears something. Maybe hears that it is the portal room and wants the hunger reset at the top. You're not sure
I ran out of
why.
sprint, I believe. Ran out of sprint,
Oh.
so yeah. So
That
just
makes
had to deal with that. But now just gonna be looking down, maybe down further this direction. Is that the portal room through here? Further
No,
down.
and this is getting
still?
lower and
No?
lower.
Yes,
But
that
it is
it.
here. So it's
And
always
got
a
the
little bit
hunger reset
scary
off
when you're going
already.
solo.
So now going to be entering the end here. Just a little bit of end terrain there, but nothing to worry about, honestly, as we now have NHB going for the front 1 and 8 setup. Let's see if he can do it. Going to go to 91. Yeah, maybe going to go, even a little bit higher
I
potentially.
mean, this is awkward. We have to use soul sand here. A little bit of stuttering. But to the setup, plenty fine. We have a bow. We have arrows. More explosives than Feinberg. This is looking like almost a 2+2 even, Nerdy. Very clean zero cycle from NHB, tying it up 1-1. Love
Yeah,
to see it.
very
This is
good
connected
0
there.
from NHB.
That's so annoying. He like looted an outside chest that had. Yeah. Where? Oh, it's so deep. I rescanned there and I didn't get it. Huh. He looted an outside chest that had an extra gold block, so he had 1 fire res? How did I not have a fire res? Top chest gold is where he dug in.
Congratulations,
Oh,
NHB, for
shit.
picking seed 2.
That's
That means
chill.
Feinberg, you will be picking for seed 3. You can make BT, ship, or...
That's just like, I don't know, I can't win the seed. He just decides to go up at some point. He's just at Y62. He's like E-rang for the thing. He's like, I guess he looked up for C counter maybe? He just decided to go up. Damn, that fucking sucks. There's 3 gold blocks in the top trades too. So like, it doesn't even save the 1 fires. He like, my backups just didn't matter at all. I knew he had different advancement order, but I didn't think he would want to get to top that. Didn't enter my consciousness.
In either case, Feinberg got very heavily punished for
Trust.
whatever happened to not get enough fire res there. But
I'm going
now
in
you see,
first.
oh, interesting,
Immediately-
right off the bat, Rune Portal. Run is going totally different directions. And there is a Gapple, 1 obby, and also 2 iron from the chest there. So that's interesting. Now I think Feinberg doesn't need to kill the golem, right? Because it's it's iron pick plus 2 iron. So Feinberg can totally skip the golem here, while NHB is not going to go for that at all. So this is a very interesting decision early on from Feinberg that could have a big impact on the seed. We'll have to see. NHB is going to have to go all the way back and kill the golem, or maybe he's going to hit the rune portal after this before going to the golem. It's going to be interesting to see how NHB approaches this, but obviously we know that Feinberg knows he doesn't need to kill the golem, where it's unsure for NHB if he goes for the rune portal next. So it's
I mean,
an
there's a
interesting
little bit of
call.
cope with
Yeah.
NHB being able to like. You could make shears here if you're killing the golem, but he doesn't.
He's
he
going
doesn't
for the
have a
rune.
bucket nerdy. Does he? Does he
going for
think
the
that this
rune
rune
portal.
portal is part of the completion?
Oh, it
Does
might
he
be
think
just
this-
guaranteed to give 2. It might just be guaranteed to give 2. That might be what we got going on here.
Be knowledge that
so yeah,
I'm not
that would
aware
make
of.
sense.
This is
Yeah,
why
I think it
NHB
is.
is one of the top runners. That makes a lot of
Yeah,
sense.
no, I spaced on that for a moment, but in either case, we now have NHB getting the water and Feinberg. Actually, they took totally different paths, but they actually are in very similar positions now. They both got the blacksmith. They both skipped the golem. They're both mining trees, and we see Feinberg going to go for this flint right here, whereas NHB is also going to go for that, but taking slightly less, like has to kind
I love it,
of
boss, but
circle
I'm not gonna
back
dig
in a
for
slightly
it.
slower way, meaning that Feinberg is going to beat NHB on this overworld. So the village pick paying off for him as we are now building the portal and waiting for NHB to arrive at the lava pool here. Ooh, drops the flint steel. A little bit of a micro mistake there. Now we see Feinberg entering the nether. And let's see what this nether has in store for us. We've got a treasure bastion. And just
Right
going
off rip
to-
here.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if Feinberg does Glowdar. I'm pretty sure NHB does Glowdar, and we've seen this matter a ton. Feinberg, a huge fan of just playing quadrants and general game knowledge of where he should go. But also there's some tech using chunk borders where you can figure out what side of the treasure you need to go to. Looks like Feinberg having a bit of difficulty doing that. I kind of like NHB's play going into the treasure more here. We're going to be able to get to these starting 2 gold blocks the same time as Feinberg, even though we're so much slower into the overworld. And look at this nerdy. As he's mining these starting gold blocks, he's raising and
Interesting.
lowering the render distance. This is because NHB is going to be doing Glowdar. Hits a pig, though.
Very cool.
Hits a pig.
Oh, wow.
Aggro's
There's
a
lots
ton
of pigs
more
on him,
than
and he's
dead.
Wow, and our second death
Oh my
from
goodness.
NHB Furies, unfortunately, and that is going to give Feinberg a massive lead. And unfortunately, that's also he will find that out soon, probably, and be able to play safer according to that. So that is an unfortunate, basically.
I mean, the run back is
Where's
kind
Double Shiny?
This
Where's
might
Double
not be
Shiny?
the worst
Would be
run
chill,
back.
I was gonna say a 3-minute time loss, but no. If NHB can get back their stuff in time, it could be closer than that. Feinberg,
And if you get the like
meanwhile-
crying obsidian chest like early on, maybe you like are aware that Feinberg likes to metagame, and so you try to get an advancement early on.
They're
He's got
binding sooner, put them
obsidian.
on.
I guess you get that from the rune portal chest. Like
better
this
play
is
than
not the
that.
end of the world. This
It's not the end of the
honestly,
world,
this is a very good run back. He's maybe only lost 20 or 30 seconds here.
He's not
And he's
lost
doing
too much
Glowdar,
from
so
that.
that's time he could make up. Feinberg dealing with his
very
own
true,
pig
very
here,
true.
though.
and is going to be mining the gold, the rest of the remaining gold blocks here. So definitely a lead for Feinberg, but as you mentioned, the Glodar could end up having an impact. This was it seemed like I don't know, like this treasure is like totally enclosed, so you definitely don't have the best vision on where the fortress could be, which definitely, as you mentioned with the Glodar, that could, you know, of course, increase the chance of Glodar helping out. And Feinberg also with 2 beds is something else I'm keeping an eye on from the village. How many explosives did NHB get? Not exactly sure, but that is another thing to keep an eye on here potentially. We see Feinberg is going to
He's breaking
break
spawner though,
I think.
Nerdy.
Yep, gonna just break spawner.
Yeah. I kind of like this, you know, Feinberg combating the Glodar new strats with just breaking the spawner. And because he's so far ahead, because it's the village, we have a ton of food. So I think this play is just going to keep him in the lead, a consistency play, not going to have to rely on like guessing where to go. But NHB, I mean, using Glodar, looks like he's maybe found a direction that he likes going to. Appears to have stopped. I mean, he's crossed a couple chunk borders. Kind of hard to tell.
And Feinberg just pearling decently aggressively and does find the fortress. Now going to be turning the render distance down, maybe get a few strays. There we go. 4 strays on the left for Feinberg. Yes. So
yes, Feinberg.
Oh my God! Wait, is that
Oh,
like
5, 6?
Is this like?
It's like they're duplicating, Nerdy. It's just straight up on straight.
Yeah, blaze mitosis. Yeah, it's crazy. We have lots of blazes here. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And the blaze takes out the skeleton there. Very convenient for Feinberg. Now able to try and find a rod here. I feel like these rates are so horrible though. How many rods is he on?
Yeah, not great. He's on 3. Gets 2 more here. NHB is there and at the spawner at the same time as Feinberg.
Yeah.
Does not have the same strays.
It does not have all of those strays. I mean, a good play though from Fine, right? Turning down the RD and getting all those guys. It was a smart heads-up play from Fine to be able to get those strays. It really paid off. And now on 4 rods, able to get the blind off here soon. But I mean, I think NHB has done a great job getting back into this game despite taking that death. Obviously, was not. I mean, I thought this game was just over for a second, but he's done a great job just getting right back into this one, making it a lot closer than Feinberg would like. And we now have all of the rods for Feinberg, so Feinberg should be able to leave now. And we see some blaze kills there. 3 rods for NHB. Feinberg just needs to get the measurement off, and assuming this eye doesn't break, he will be good to go. Let's see how close the stronghold is. This could end up mattering. They should get the same stronghold since they're at the same spawner.
Aggressive pearls here.
Yeah, very aggressive pearls. I guess he does have the gap, right? So he's just able to do so.
No, I think it totally makes sense here. You want to keep your lead on NHB. It's 1,200 blocks away, so he's leaving. He has all of his rods here. The terrain looks pretty open. I like the decision to go lower here. It might get a little bit awkward depending on the exact angle, but he's got the gold picks. That's always nice, little bit cushion on traveling to the second portal chords, and he's just maintaining this lead against NHB. I mean, maybe using all of his gold picks. Usually you like to save 1. No, he still has 1 left, so probably want to save this last gold pick for zeros, so you can hit some harder 0 cycles. NHB finally out here, but I'm really liking this position from Feinberg. Just keeping that lead, playing consistently, and he's going to be in the stronghold any second now.
He's doing a great job handling the seed. Feinberg taking advantage of that lead that he got from the NHB death. And we now see just looking around for a spike that he likes. Maybe he likes that one down there. We're going to try and find a way into that section of the stronghold. Going to go a little bit more right, it seems like. He is going to loop back here. And there is the portal room for Feinberg. So Feinberg could take a 2-1 lead here, potentially, if he hits this 0. Let's see what we've got. Very open. Love to see that as a runner. And it is another front 1 and 8. So Feinberg has the opportunity to close this one out. This is a very hittable 0. Going to be going for the 91-92 setup. And now does indeed get to the standing 92. And is able to pause for just a second properly aligned and gonna hit this 0. The first 2 beds are looking decent. The next 2 are gonna take out the
Beautiful.
dragon.
Deserve those
3+, I mean,
strays.
NHB, not too far behind. 3+2
Not too
is
far
clean
behind at
0.
all.
I like seeing Feinberg switch from the
Of course I do.
netherrack to the nether bricks, like once he got halfway to the setup. You know, just a little bit better for like, they won't blow up with all the explosives. But you're right. Convincing win for Feinberg there. Very solid gameplay.
BT.
Hopefully, these runners are locked and ready to go. As we get into this BT, the scan immediately from both runners, and they are off. Looks like they both
Yeah,
find
I like
the
the
correct
double
chunk.
checking F5 from Feinberg. We have some trees. So we're not going to have to
Ew.
go to like an awkward island in the distance, but this is an awkward amount of sand. 3, maybe even 4 we're going to have to break? No, just 3. But look at this. Look at this quality, Nerdy. 4 salmon, 3 cod, 21
Couple
iron.
there. That's where I'm going, I guess.
Yeah,
So many possibilities of what we can craft.
It's
We can-
that
we can do
21 iron
doors
is
here
crazy.
if we
I
want
didn't even
to.
catch that for a second. And
Oh.
an
an
early
apple!
shears
Did I play just
craft.
these trees? No, it's
Oh,
not.
nice. So yeah, an early shears craft from NHB, but now not getting the apple. So I guess it kind of worked out for Feinberg not to do that, as we now are going to get the crafts and an iron doors for both runners. You love to see it. As Feinberg now mining this tree here, and we see Feinberg, or excuse me, NHB not going for these sort of deeper trees towards the forest, instead choosing to be closer to the shore, mining out some flint. So very interesting to see that. We see Feinberg now a few seconds behind, is mining that flint that we just saw NHB get, and NHB now off to the right, I believe, of Feinberg here. It does maybe spot some kelp, but that is fake. No, that looks real. And we see Feinberg, I think, finding something similar. Yeah, this is the same ravine.
Oh, interesting. There's like
so
3
much of it looks
ravines here.
surreal.
NHB decides to go to the furthest left one. Feinberg also. So maybe the other ones are looking a little bit more fake. But I'm liking this from NHB. I mean, this is sort of the line we need. If NHB loses this, he's out of the tournament. This seed, this play style, the amount of resources, his mechanics are all coming into play here. And he is just ahead here. I'm really like the situation for NHB believers on the seed. Skeleton, awkward. But this is
Awkward
good
there.
terrain, too.
Feinberg, yeah, Feinberg has caught up maybe a little bit of time. It's hard to exactly tell sometimes. I feel like terrain nav is this sort of like mystical thing to me sometimes, where like I feel like I blink sometimes and someone has caught up time or has gained a lead or something like that. So I'm always trying to like really focus in on these moments to
Yeah.
not miss anything. But it looks like Feinberg
mean,
gonna
even
be
look at
bridging
this.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Totally
Feinberg
different
bridging
decisions.
out, NHB going up to the right here. It's always a balance of like, bridging is obviously slower, but it's hard to calculate like how good a run is just by looking at the terrain. And so
Yeah.
like little decisions like that can really come to play. Also taking your height and like managing where your space, like where you're jumping, because that's often like the holdback and stuff like this. But now they're basically on the same page here, Nerdy. I think, is that a ghast? So much fire there from
That might have been a
NHB screen.
gas. I have no idea where that came from. I couldn't hear, so I just don't know. But we do have Feinberg now and NHB. Basically, I mean, they're mining the exact same blocks at the same time here, Parker. I mean, this is great stuff from both these runners. Looks like actually did get some extra gold blocks from the top this time.
Seriously?
Yeah. So again, just the top rampart of the Bastion just having so much gold for in every seed that we've seen with the housing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, we shouldn't be low on fire resistance here, so hopefully NHB holds on to one more. But I mean, look at these runners mining the same gold
Yeah.
blocks at the same time.
like
we
the
really
same
can't
thing.
ask for closer gameplay.
Yeah, absolutely, and you love to see it because I mean we have seen some deaths, we have seen some unfortunate differences in their Bastion routes in the past, right? That have had big impacts on the seed, but this time the Bastion routes are looking pretty much the exact same, and both runners on very similar pace. So that is exactly what we love to see. Now Feinberg going to be looking to throw a Pearl Hang here, does get it off, very nice stuff. But we see NHB is just grabbing the rest of these items here. Now let's see the string count. I'm seeing 48. Is that what? Oh, now we have plenty of string there for both runners. We have Fire Res, we have Obby, we've got Pearls. I mean, I think I would expect
there's-
NHB to be leaving. There we go. Now gonna be purling onto this fortress leg. I'm not sure if Feinberg saw this, but presumably did. Yeah, there we go. Now gets the Pearl Hang off. so much food this seed, so the runners should be good to go on that front. And we see NHB has taken a lead on Feinberg now.
Yeah, I mean, the Blaze spawners are kind of far away.
Oh,
We're
shoot, my
seeing
boat.
some strays start to spawn in now, but I don't think it's going to be a huge difference in the gameplay. We've seen both spawners, NHB taking care of both of these skeletons, and I think he has 3, 4 maybe strays. A similar amount on Feinberg's end, but he is just a couple seconds behind, just a little bit slow on the mechanics. You know, housing can be a very mechanical Bastion route, and I think this is really playing into NHB's playstyle. He's at the spawner first.
At the spawner first, indeed. Lots of other skeletons there for Feinberg to deal with. Maybe slowing him down a bit. I'm not exactly sure. The different rod. It looks like 2 versus 4 rods between the 2 runners here. So we now have NHB killing, getting a 6th rod. So great stuff from NHB, starting to take a more significant lead as the seed progresses. Feinberg trying to stay in this one. Of course, NHB's tournament life on the line, so it will come down to if NHB can close out this end game. He would like to stay in the tournament. Now is going to be getting out of the overworld here after having measured. Feinberg now getting the measurement off with 12 eyes as well. So it's very, very close. It's very, very close here as we continue this seed. It has continued to be that as we've seen from the start, but NHB starting to get the crafts off.
Yeah, I mean, it's close-ish nerdy, but it's linear. And I think it's just over and over all these decisions, the quick rates, the easy Bastion routes. I think this is all favoring NHB, and he's taking. I think he's just taking slightly different terrain from Feinberg now, maybe? Maybe Feinberg's a little bit lower. This could be what Feinberg needs to catch up a little bit of time here, but NHB is just on courts, and he's going to be entering the stronghold. You're going to need a difficult nav here if you want Feinberg to take this. Or NHB to misplace. It's fine, though. He still has 8 Obsidian, so he can rebuild his portal, but now he's behind Nerdy. Feinberg finally in the driver's seat by only a second or 2. No spike here. Going to the top, checks. A little bit big of a spike down to the right. Maybe.
Is he going that way?
Double scanning, not liking
doesn't
it.
love this. Still going
NHB
down.
going a similar direction, but a little bit higher. So this could pay off going into a hidden. This is wrapping around on itself. But it is the portal room.
There it is for NHB. Now NHB going to be entering the end here. 7 Hearts going to eat the salmon and going to have to go for the 0. Feinberg now does find the portal room as well. But if NHB can hit the 0, it's a very hard 0 though. What setup are we going to go for here? Going to go for 94. Okay. Can NHB close the seed out?
Though, watch Feinberg. Does he have a high enough portal here? Maybe not. Even if he hits, no, not top setup for Feinberg.
He's going down. It's okay.
And I mean, how many explosives do we have here? Do we have enough?
Let's see. I don't know exactly. Looks like
That's
7
low,
maybe.
That's low, but it kills it.
Scary stuff.
Anchor. Oh my goodness. On those side setups, it's always so tricky.
He could have not picked up the arrows in the middle chest and still won. I don't know if I won.
That last anchor from NHB was legendary.
It's very possible I lost. Yep. That sucks. Is it different strongholds? I thought my terrain was fine. Just in the 4 a little slower, and the strays I got didn't matter, I think. Maybe if I got the top setup, it'd be different. Another game 5.
And let's see what we've got. It is completable, so that's a good start. Let's see what the chest has to offer. There is, wow, a notch and a golden apple. Holy tamale, that is very impressive.
Do you even like bother getting more food? NHB is going for more food. We've seen in the past, though, players. I think there's one really fast hack seed where you just have the golden apple, and I think Infume didn't. And so, like, do you even waste the time doing it? Like, probably. The pig is right here, right? Surely you've got to kill pig. Yes, both runners going for pigs.
It does look like it just dropped 3.
Feinberg's in fast.
Feinberg's in a little bit faster. NHB with 3 extra pork chops. So if it's a slower seed, that could be good for NHB. Feinberg going to be looking around. Oh, and that does not look good for being a slower seed as we see the fortress right off to the left and presumably the bastion right here in front of us, as I assume that's where the spike is. Yep, there it is. Is that the bastion? I think that is the bastion. Looks a little bit weird. No, that's not the
Probably.
bastion.
It's
Wait,
going to be
that's-
buried.
Oh,
if
there we
it
go.
is.
It's underneath
It's
there.
basically there. Yeah, it's not quite that basalt pillar, but it is here, and it's another housing
another
bastion.
housing.
Both players probably
Okay.
doing manhunt here. There's not a real good argument for doing top down. I mean, it's going to be so awkward if you have to go to the top chest. So hopefully we get obsidian here. We do. That is our 5 obsidian chests. We have 6
Get the
there.
iron.
And the iron for the iron pick. That's huge.
And now we do see Feinberg getting these pigs up here and continuing the manhunt route. We'll see the same thing from NHB shortly. But a very, this seed could be very fast here, Parker. I mean, we saw the fortress right there. It's a little awkward maybe to pearl out of this bastion. But other than that, I feel like this seed has the potential to be ridiculously fast as we now see Feinberg getting the pigs into the trading hole and going to be mining out these gold blocks just a few seconds before NHB. Now, as at this point, we see NHB mining those same gold blocks I was just speaking about. So just a few seconds behind for NHB. So far, the extra food, I don't think it's really going to be too impactful, at least as of right now. At least as of what we're seeing right now, it looks like this is going to be our super speedy seed.
I totally agree.
Ooh, 13
and
obby,
for
though.
being such a super speedy seed, I didn't think Feinberg would be ahead. I mean, he's not ahead by a ton, but is just a little bit faster on the route and is probably going to be able to leave here a little bit sooner. Has his pre-crafts out. NHB still doing his. And if we get all of our obsidian, this is like kind of a fast seed. I mean, we're not even at 3 minutes yet, and we're talking
Yeah.
about entering the
It's
fortress
19.
soon. Do we get the
see.
last one? There's only a couple bits of gold trading.
Oh,
and
does it?
no. So we're gonna have to go all the way to the top, or play one portal, or check for some
Are we gonna
outer
check the
chests
outside
here.
chest?
Feinberg
Here's one right
finds
here. There's one right here. There
and
it is.
is.
Wow.
So that is
Fine
big.
finds it.
NHB going to the top. It's so bad because there's no visible terrain, but there is terrain here. I just don't know if it
Okay,
connects
okay.
up here. And so
NHB
Feinberg is gonna be
does.
in the fortress at 3 minutes flat.
Wow.
And NHB
Ridiculous.
is not.
Yeah, and so NHB
he has-
does get the obby, but it was so much slower than Feinberg able to sort of go in the direction he already wanted to. Now getting the double blaze bed off. I mean, this pace is absolutely ridiculous from Feinberg here. Especially, I mean, we'll have to see exactly where we could go from here. Imagine, I kind of sort of wish we had the looting sword here. That would have been even crazier. But still, a 3-minute fortress here, getting all of the soul sand down now, and NHB just a bit behind. Feinberg has eaten the notch at this point, and so we're gonna see some. We're gonna see him place the portal and probably get the pre-crafts off here soon. Plenty of wool this time. That should not be an issue whatsoever. This seed explosives, plenty of a surplus of them. Plenty of.
I mean,
them to
NHB's
spare.
got some strays though, and is actually on a higher rod count than Feinberg. This second
Wow.
cycle really taking forever to go off here. So maybe NHB makes up a little bit of time. He doesn't have the spawner cleared out nearly
point.
as well as Feinberg. But if the rates are good, it doesn't really matter nearly as much.
True.
NHB doing some really aggressive pearls here. Has an Endermite chasing him down from this mountain. Gets back in. The distance, 1,000. That's pretty good, Nerdy. I mean, this is going to be probably like a 7-minute speed run. I mean, this is
could be
fast.
very
We have
fast.
another spawner. NHB's going to it, throwing 2 pearls. Feinberg, there's some strays that he's pearling to, but does not want to commit to them fully yet. Just kind of has to wait at
Yeah.
this spawner. Does not know how good the rates are. And NHB is just out. And I think all of these are going to drop from Feinberg here. And it's just so
Okay.
punishing. He played the spawner well, but the spawner is just so much slower than getting strays. NHB still
Wow.
has 2 apples to eat here, Nerdy. So maybe the food situation is coming into play. I mean, it's going to be a 5-minute stronghold.
Yeah, just
Feinberg's
ultimately
finally
entirely came down to
out.
the strays there.
Yeah, it's just too
NHB
little,
is going to
too
be filling the
late here.
portal though. And,
this could be
now
Feinberg
going
out
to
of
be
the
able to get.
tournament.
We'll have to see
I
here.
thought that was
NHB
fortress.
looking around. That looks pretty good for NHB. Is that the portal room through this
He's not
doorway? Does
pre-crafted
not
though.
have the crafts
Feinberg
off.
falls off his bridge.
Wow. NHB
These
looks
slight
like this way
micros.
could be it. Is this it for NHB? Not yet.
No.
It's still not it. That spike looks good though.
But
And
it's
there is the portal
there.
room, so pretty deep. And NHB has so much health from the notch, is able to do whatever he wants in the end here. And it is indeed Cage. 060 though, Parker.
Oh.
060. This is
That
going to be
might
a
be what
really
Feinberg
tough
needs.
0.
Feinberg
Let's
finds
see
a
what
spawner.
happens.
Maybe it was a zombie spawner taking him the wrong way. Are we gonna be able to hit this 0? I mean, it's a lot of mining.
It's
This
top
is
100,
T100.
060.
You're gonna have to do universal sight set. I mean, he has all of the health in the world, so he's probably fine.
Yes.
But if it flies, ah!
No,
It
it flies.
flies though. He got that was some crazy drag clicking. I mean, it's maybe gonna be a perch race here. Feinberg's gonna find it if he goes straight down. It's to the right here. Nordy, this might be
There
our,
we go.
our. Is this our third perch race of the day?
Yeah, and Feinberg also
mean,
won
he
the
won
last
it,
best of
right?
5 due to a perch race. So is this going to be a perch race? Is Feinberg going to get it? He doesn't have the gold pick, so this is going to be a really tough 0 for Feinberg to hit. We'll have to see if he even goes for it. It looks like is he going to go for it?
Like,
He looks like he might.
I mean, you have to go for it, but it flies at 95, so it just doesn't matter. And if like Feinberg's only going to 90. No, he's going 80. He's going 80. It doesn't matter, and so you just need to be lucky if you're Feinberg. And if you're NHB, you just have to hope, please, I entered the end faster than my opponent. Please give me the win here. It's literally anybody's game. I mean, Feinberg not shooting down a ton of crystals. I think that's a good play. No way you get.
That's the perch for Feinberg. Feinberg gets the perch. And is he going to close out the seed? It was like a diagonal perch or something.
Yeah,
And Feinberg
yeah, I think it was-
wins another perch race.
No way, I fucking win another perch race. Twitter! Get mad. Get pissed. Get fucking frustrated. Get fucking mad. Get pissed. I don't give a fuck! I don't give a fuck! Final day! Let's fucking go! I don't give a fuck! Fuck you!
GG's and
We
welcome
win
to
that
the
shit! Boom! So why are Stray so good though? How do I lose 30 seconds in the fort? I'm so ahead. I'm fucking gapping the Bastion for what? I had no blocks though. He had blocks or something like, I don't know. Feels great. Feels fucking great. Feels awesome.
Feinberg's going to be moving on to our final day. We'll get into an interview here shortly.
Of course.
But yeah, I mean, crazy best of 5, or sorry, game 5. Feel very grateful to always commentate these, Parker. What are your thoughts on that match?
You couldn't really have asked for more. I mean, it went to a game 5. It was a bad seed, and it was an
Fucking
upset.
go.
Like, NHB just had a 40-second lead, and I think Feinberg, if he had shot down more crystals, he probably would have lost there because the Dragon wouldn't have had opportunity to purchase.
You play for the
He
VP.
knew he was
You
so
play
far
for the
behind. He's like,
VP.
I just have to
I
go for
almost
the
deserve
lucky
top
play,
40 I've ever
and
seen.
it just pays off. And he's going on.
Can pay off. I mean,
time to
Minecraft
lose
is a game
2
of,
sets
there's a lot of luck in
tomorrow.
Minecraft.
Miss out on
and,
Ludwig's fuck ass event.
that can happen.
Nah, the mental.
But
Shut
we
it.
do have our interview ready here, so we will switch over to that now, and we'll see what Feinberg has to say after that match. Feinberg, welcome to the booth. It's my first time. This is weird interviewing you. This is weird. How are you feeling, Feinberg, after that game? That was really back and forth through all those games.
It feels great to get lucky, guys. That's the takeaway today. just incredible. I'm putting myself in the spots to get lucky, and then I'm getting lucky when it matters. So, gotta be there to get lucky. But that last game, it's a good perch. What can I say? It's a good perch.
Yeah, that was a really weird perch. It was kind of out of nowhere. Yeah, sorry, you go, Parker.
No, I mean, there's like a good quote to go along with that. I think you summed it up. I did have a question. So I think it was the second or third seed. You took some like lava damage on your way to the Bastion. It was like a little bit low of food. And there's hoglins around. Do you ever, like, what's the debate? Do you ever get food from hoglins in the nether? I think it was like 2 golden apples on the seed entirely, and you like take lava damage. Do you ever think about that? Like, what's the process with?
I actually
food
was
management?
thinking about the hoglins there as I was running past them. The reason why I didn't commit to them was because there was like 2. Like there was one that I saw that was in a good spot, and then there was a second one behind a tree 5 blocks away, and that's pretty like committal, and it just gets more annoying. Like it's really hard to single out 2 hoglins, especially on like a not flat ground, like where you can't just like pit the lava.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
annoying. And then I didn't have gold armor on that seed, and there was a piglin nearby too, so it was just going to be really ugly. But I was like on that run through looking like I did really want to get some food because I did not mean to hit that lava. And the gaps are good, but like
Yeah.
if I can avoid a hunger reset, or because hunger resetting in the nether is the worst part. Like if you do it in the overworld or whatever, it's fine. But I was looking for food, it just didn't materialize.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, no, some great stuff here, Feinberg. It's you're doing great so far this playoffs. I feel like you're playing well so far. Your match tomorrow, going against EDCR. How are you feeling about that? What do you think about your opponent? And what are you gonna do to prepare?
Hopefully I'm gonna be able to sleep for more than like 4 hours. What is it? It's Infume, Aquacord in the top, and then me and EDCR on the bottom. Yeah. I mean, it would suck if I lost both, because only the one loser that loses both of them doesn't get invited to the Ludwig thing. So
That's true.
Maybe
There's
Infume-
stakes.
True. That
Maybe
is true.
Infume
There's
takes
a
the
lot of
bullet
stakes
for
on third
everybody.
place.
No, he won't do that. He won't do that. I don't know. I mean, I'll just play my best. I feel like I just kind of play the same regardless of my opponent. Like play style wise, like sure, sometimes I'll get into my mento a little bit more, depending on who I'm playing, but I haven't played EDCR enough on ladder to have like a frustrating experience with him in my head, like I would with
Yeah.
like
No, that's
Infume.
fair. It's different time slots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
I'm just gonna show up tomorrow, try to play my best. I feel like I played well today. Like obviously, I think in this NHB match, he died on 2 of the seeds that I won, and then this Perch BS on the last seed. But like, I didn't die at all. I died last season and 2 seasons ago. I didn't die in the 10 seeds I played today, and I feel like I was playing pretty alright. Like a couple of mistakes here and there, but if I just play that tomorrow, I do my best. We'll see what happens.
That's
Well,
a good
thank you so
attitude.
much,
I mean,
Feinberg.
yeah.
Thank you so much, Feinberg, for the interview. As always, good luck tomorrow. We will be excited to see how you do against EDCR. But yeah, thank you so much, Feinberg, and best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you guys.